Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to wish you a good day. I feel a great deal of powerful transformation energy. It feels like, for me, it's like the last days of my before the shift. For it is. I'm gonna discuss a few ideas about the spiritual ascension path, and the second part I'm going to talk about cosmology. Some of those things is maybe of no interest to some people, but maybe of interest to others. So also, I think it is a privilege to be able to share this information. It is very important to think by yourself, to really decipher. There is so much fake news. There is so much fake thing with all this. Those new technology of AI, they're capable of creating all kinds of fake news. For instance, if there would be 5 important videos that shows amazing things that people need to know, and then for some reason there are people that are going to create 100 other videos fake to drown the fish, to say, well, so people will start believing fake things rather, and they won't be able to decipher. Fine, so do not worry about it. But there is a lot of fake news on the alternative medias, all kinds of things, and fake people on social media. It's like I'd rather have an imperfect real person than a perfect fake person. But that's part of the evolution process right now. We have to understand the tests, the challenges, the failures are teaching us valuable and precious lessons. We can only gain wisdom by experience, and so practice makes perfect. So think positive, just stay positive. And I was talking about the leap day yesterday, but we're not in February. Sometimes I'm out of sync with the time, it's about the present. It's about being to hold on to accept that the present is eternally changing, and to always be flexible, to move to be in a receptive mode, to read the energies of each moment. It is a bit of a challenge, because what was revealed 5 minutes ago is no longer valid. Yet we have certain plans on the earth, but so it's quite interesting to understand also that on the higher planes, the present is eternally settled. The now is eternally, so things grow very slowly, but there is a great, it's more settled. But here it's like changing really, really quickly. So I was talking about the possible the shifting and the rotation of the planet, and I received a comment that was interesting. Someone says that it was discussed in the Islam, that he was announcing the end of time, and the new beginning, the new cycle. So it is coming closer. We have to realize the darkness was created for the light to shine. So it is very important to understand that, and not fall prey to use the darkness for your spiritual evolution rather than fall prey to it. When we came down into this dimension, we accepted to come into physicality, into duality and density. It is really dense. So we're working to blend in, to align, to concord, to find peace and harmony within this all great process. And so I'm going to pull a card. We had the baby in the French video. Here we have the Mother Earth, the great Sophia, the great Mother, the divine Mother, and the Mother Earth as well, and all the Mother Spirit, which is about nurturing. It's like a lot of advanced society are choosing to be matriarchal because it's much more nurturing, it's much more peaceful. So we're learning to flow with the energy of the ever-changing now. So it's important to stay very positive and realizing all is consciousness. 90% of the universe of universes is consciousness, but there is 10% that are just non-conscious, just impersonal, let's say. But even the planet is a conscious. There is a spirit to it. Every star, every planet, every galaxy has a spirit that has been associated, just as we have a spirit that's been superimposed upon our physical body, and so there's a lot more personal reality of consciousness but all is consciousness. All is the consciousness of the one. You are not a part of God, you are the wholeness of God, all of consciousness. So we really have to let go of the past in order to embrace the now, and see because the higher self will always keep what's meaningful and valuable in line for us, unless we really choose something else. But if we choose to follow the heart, we'll always be guided and led. This photon belt will provide the shift we need in many ways. I'm really sure of that. And the first contact is a sure thing. This coming together with all the galactic families, the fifth and sixth dimensional brothers and sisters, cousins that we may have. But how and when it's still being studied, the possibility and the probability, so that it has the best possible impact on humanity. And right now the possibility is maybe the Agarthan will be the first one to make the introduction. They're galactic beings that live inside the earth, so they're earthling. So it's like it will be maybe easier for humans to accept than having people coming down with ships. And we're also going to meet our hybrid children. There were races of beings that were created with a mix of genetics from humans and the Zeta Reticuli. They were sent back 1,000,000 years in the past, and they have 1,000,000 years of evolution now. We welcome them, we thank them, the Assassines and others. And so we'll definitely be making a lot of connection with the Pleiades, the Sirians, the Arcturians, of course, and many others. There are many that want to participate in this great shift. For everybody's ready to go. As soon as the Creator opens the door, we are going. The galactics are coming down. We're ready also to move into our missions. Be ready on a moment's notice. The observer of the day is peace. Peace is the most. It's not a luxury item. Peace is an essential, and we have to create this inner peace and outer peace. It's very important. We're going to have to talk to all the people in the world to assist them in finding this point of freedom and peace, so that we can start growing in a normal way. For what's happening right now, the wisdom is to understand that the chaos and conflict needs to be expelled. So they're going to continue. Just keep your inner peace and do not be confused by all the outer chaos. What we need to understand is the treasure island. It's this treasure that is coming. This wonderful treasure. It is heavenly. It is God given, and you are the treasure. For we are really what we seek. In truth, it's not easy to accept that you have all the powers of heaven and earth, and you are the God of all creation. But we have to use those powers with a great deal of love, with mercy and wisdom. It's very if we do not have love, if we do not have mercy, if we do not have wisdom, then it's the ego that takes on the program. What we need to do is the exchange of gift, to have a gracious exchange, to receive with grace, to give with grace, to exchange. It's like the flow of energies that eventually we're going to move into this wonderful. There is this wonderful paradisical timeline that I see before me, and I hope many will want to join that in alignment with their own God self. We all have our own God self, personal God, this I am presence. I'm going to discuss it in the second part. And what's coming in the as the outcome is approaching the precipice. It's like we're going to need to make some very important choices, and the time of choice is going to come. And for that, there is like all that shine. It's like all the superficiality where people want to hide behind masks, and so just be in touch with your inner self. And yes, it's okay to refine the outer appearance. For me, it's going to be very important to go through my painting, to go see a dentist, get a wardrobe, get a home, get my home set up, and so on. So the appearance is very important, but the inner what's going on inside is still trumps. The content is more important than the form. Even with the extraterrestrial, some of them could be very scary in form, but they're really kind, and some of them can be very beautiful in form, but can be very deceptive. So just learn to discern. It's very important to learn to discern and feel it in your heart. How does it resonate? Does it take a knot in your stomach, or does it create an opening in your heart? The truth shall set you free. The truth is, maybe the truth shall first makes us suffer, but it will set us free eventually once we align with this with a higher truth. So we do have this God self, this wonderful, amazing being. It's a paradise spirit, a fragment of the universal Father. There are an innumerable number of them. I thank my I am presence for all, and the collective I am presence. They will never impose anything, and they have their home is centered on the planet and Divinity. I'm going to talk about a bit of cosmology. There are 7 circles of reality that the master universe is composed in. The first is paradise, which is the only stable, flat surface, flat it's an absolute reality, material reality that holds the gravity of everything else. And it's the home of God also, the eternal gods of paradise. And then it's surrounded by 3 circuits of 7 planets, which paradisical planet. Divinity being the first one is the home of all the adjusters and prepersonal spirit of the Father. Will never be invited there. And there will never be a need for us to know all the secrets of all mortal beings without the whole universe of universes. So we'll never, it's one place where never, spirits are not invited even, they're just very specialized. And so, but it is, and beyond those circuits, there is the 7 circuits of the central universe. It is an ultimate universe that is called Avona. It is an eternal universe that is changing, but it's not evolving. And the beings there are perfect beings, they're not evolving beings. And it's surrounded by two sorts of dark gravity body that will make it impenetrable and invisible from the outside. No one can ever come into this central universe if he's not invited, if he's not qualified. So, and beyond that, there is the 7th super universe of time and space. Everything, paradise is stable. Everything goes around in the clockwise motion, and it takes about 2 billion years for everything to go around around paradise. And above and below paradise, there's this huge space reservoir. Right now, the reservoir are almost completely compacted. It takes about 2 billion years also for the cycle, and they're almost completely compacted, which means the outer space is expanding. But as soon as when we reach the bottom of the bottom compression of the space reservoir, they're going to start expanding again, and space is going to contract. So the space is made of 5 levels. Right now we're on the first level. We turn around this invisible central universe, the 7 super universe, go counterclockwise around the central universe, and there are 7 super universe of time and space. And then there is a quintessential zone, and then there is all that we see in our telescope, all those amazing clusters of galaxies that are far beyond anything that's been organized right now. And that's the first level of outer space. Then there will be a second level that's just on the beginning, just beginning to materialize. That's going to be even and tremendously bigger. And then the third is going to be amazingly bigger, and then the fourth is going to be even, and it's going to be completely, so it looks like a Maltese cross, the reservoir. And then the space is getting more bigger as we go further from the center. And so there is a great deal of mystery in the universe and on paradise, is because space will always be a sub-absolute. It's the closest thing to the absolute, but it will always be a sub-absolute because we can always add something to space. And so it's like the philosophers on paradise are wondering how will the infinite nature of the universal Father will ever be able to reflect, to be expressed in space, because space you can always add to it. So I question that, and there is this being that is revealed, it's called the consumer of the universe destiny. He lives on paradise, of course, but he will only come in trillions of trillions of trillions of trillions of trillions of trillions of cosmic eras. And when the time of the full expansion, and spirit, my I am presence told me it's going to be so grandiose, what God has planned for the finality of the universe. For now, we're looking into the reality of the supreme, the good, the truth, the beauty, but then once we'll have achieved that, we'll return to the center, and all of space and time will be settled in light and life. The first level of transcendental universe, time and space, will open, and then the second, third, fourth, and fourth, and then eventually we'll reach the ultimate, but that's still short of the deity absolute. And so personally, I've been lucky to be lucky to, I'm sure I deserve this luck, but to be able to converse and communicate and feel and sense the universal Father and the eternal Son. I have never had any encounter with the infinite Spirit, and I'm also very, very connected with the God of time and space. There are many, many personalities that are holding that frequency of the infinite reality of the cosmos, but for me, Allah is the one that I'm really aligned with for many, many years. It's really a wonderful spirit I'm working with, and but I have this double alignment, this paradise alignment in the central universe, and the cosmic alignment with the highest infinity of space. Eventually, that's what I've been seeing. So it's like so all of that is like just to there's the book of Urantia that's revealed a little bit of that. It's hiding also a lot, but it's oh, sometimes I have a question. But now it's kind of tempting to go to the Eternal Son or the Universal Father to ask my question. But sometimes I feel like my questions are completely so limited. It's like I'd rather call to my guides or to an archangel or to divine counselors. Sometimes it's easier for me to do that. But yet we don't always know what's really important. So there is nothing wrong about going directly to God or to Allah or to Jehovah or Shiva or whatever, depending on your sensibility. They're all wonderful higher beings. And Adonai or whatever, but we do have our own God self, which is the I am presence. Eventually, when our soul has grown enough, has passed all the challenges and tests, that is only love, wisdom, and mercy. We have integrated that. There will be a fusion between this I am presence and our soul, and that will give us, because that's really will give us our true identity, and it will be a passport to paradise. And so that is the ultimate outcome of going of this experience on the physical plane is eventually the fusion with this great I am presence. And I thank my beloved guides, of course, and all the angels, and all the company of heaven for their continuous support. I would have never made it without them. Many like Michael or Raphael or Metatron and many others that really assisted me, and the Christ, of course, Jesus. He has many names in many dimensions. On the higher plane, he's known as Christ Michael, or the Paradise Creator Son Michael. On the galactic plane, he's known as Sananda. On the planet, he's known usually as Joshua or Jesus. And Yoshi, we call him Yoshi, and but we all family here in reality. When we come to the love of the one, we realize when on the upper planes is only family up there. We're just growing and evolving when there are beings that are here to assist us and teach us all the lessons we need to learn. So we'll have all this benefit of going through all those circuits and learning all the lessons to prepare us for paradise life eventually. It will take time, but it doesn't really matter. Time is not an issue. So right now we're just aligning with whatever we have to do here, this mission here on the planet. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I thank you so very much for your donations. It's really assisting me right now. I am... also, if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I thank you for supporting the channel, for subscribing, for liking, sharing, and commenting. It's going to be very exciting. There is so much that is going on. It's going to be even on our level, we're going to see some spectacular things. We're already on the shifting with a generation that will know the old and will see the new. We're going to see the new age, the beginning of the new age in our generation, the few generations. Which whether we're younger or a little bit older, we're going to see it, and otherwise we're going to continue to follow it up from up there. Because when we leave here, this physical body, we're returning to the light where we came from. And so it's like it's a process. So I'm gonna finish with this song. It's called it's a song about the intervention of an angel. It's called Angel. Angel came down from heaven yesterday. She stayed with me just long enough to rescue me. And she tell me a story yesterday about the love between the moon and a deep blue sea. And she spread her wing high over me, and she say I shall return tomorrow. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel, fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel, tomorrow I will feel you by my side. And sure enough, this morning comes to me, where silver winged silhouette against the glow of a child's sunrise. And as the bluebird and sparrows envy me, she said, I love you, little boy, and today you shall fly. She kissed me once, and the feeling so good she made me cry. And now we fly together. And I say, fly on, my sweet angel. Fly on through the sky. Fly on, my sweet angel. Together we shall always be alive. For angel is very, very special, and for me, a very special connection to my guardian angel. And for an angel, actually, to be the guardian angel of a mortal soul that has chosen to return home to paradise is also a passport to paradise, because we're going to do this whole ascension together. If we have a soulmate that is very, very, that we're someone very, very close, we may do this all, it's not like until death do us part. If the love is real, then we may just be eternally connected and one all the way back home, and our angel will follow us there. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. Well, sometimes people have Earth contract, they're good souls for the Earth, but once they're up there, they have different paths. But sometimes the path is so similar that we'll choose to return home, and we'll make the whole ascension process together. And with our beloved guardian angels and some of our guides, maybe will come and check on us sometimes. We have this eternal bond with many even galactic families that are friends and relatives. The observer of the day is the healing. I continue to cultivate this sense of healing, complete healing, to accept the healing. The highest wisdom is living, the departing. We really, I do feel it. It's like the time, the big change is going to be quite amazing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk about it, even when it happens. It's like 2 months, but we'll see what feels right. Then what we need to understand is the courage to transcend our fear, to perfect our character. What we need to do is generosity, to be generous, to not be too severe in our judgment, and to be generous both spiritually and materially. And the outcome is the request. We're going to be able to call on, to ask for what we need and receive it. And it's all about aligning in the present. To know the power of the Creator is within you. You are consciousness. You are the totality of God. So you may. And when our energies goes down, it's like, remember that you are to love yourself. Whatever love you are used to give to others, to give a little bit to yourself. You deserve your own love and the love of God. I thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.